Hello and welcome. In this lecture, we'll be exploring the rules against hearsay. We'll start off with exploring the definition under 801, 802, rule against hearsay, 803, exception to the rule against hearsay, 804, hearsay exceptions when the declarant is unavailable, 805, hearsay within hearsay, 806, attacking and supporting the declarant's credibility, and 807, residual exception. The definition of hearsay is that it is an out of court statement that is being offered to prove the truth of the matter being asserted. The statement can be oral, written, or a conduct. For example, if Dan testifies he saw Tony rob a bank, if that statement is being offered in the context of the truth of what Tony did, then that statement is hearsay. However, if Dan says that he saw Tony rob a bank, and he's saying that in the context of, for example, when Tony robbed the bank, there was a huge dog that ran after Tony and bit his knee, and Dan is testifying that or saying that to a friend while they burst into laughter, then that is not hearsay. 802, the rule against hearsay is that generally hearsay is not admissible unless it is being made admissible by a federal statute, rules of federal evidence, or other rules by the Supreme Court. Admissibility of hearsay can be based on either an exemption under Rule 801 or under exceptions which are prescribed by Rules 803, 804, and 807. Also, it's important to bear in mind that hearsay within hearsay is only admissible if each hearsay statement is non-hearsay or if an exception to the rule against hearsay applies. And in that case, both statements become admissible. For example, John said that Mary said Ben shot her. Now, in a statement like that, we have to look at each of the hearsay statements, if they are in themselves non-hearsay or if they fit the exception to the rule against hearsay. There is also a right of confrontation under the Sixth Amendment, which allows a defendant to question or examine the declarant witness that in this case provides a testimony against the defendant. So the right of confrontation is a topic that we will be discussing shortly. There are 5 steps to hearsay admissibility. First of all, we need to ask if there is an out of court statement. If the case is so, then it is hearsay. Number 2, is the statement offered to prove the truth of the matter being asserted? If yes, then we have a hearsay. Number 3, does the statement fall under a non-hearsay exemption? Now, when a non-hearsay exemption applies, then the statement is admissible. It's not, although it is a hearsay statement, however, it has been exempted and allowed to be read or to be applied in court. Number 4, does the statement fall under the rule of hearsay exception? If that is the case, then the statement is admissible because exceptions to hearsay are admissible in court. Number 5, is there a right to confrontation under the Sixth Amendment? Now, the right of confrontation allows the declarant or allows the defendant to in this case, cross-examine the declarant witness that is testifying against them. Now, this gives a right to the defendant to make the proceeding, in this case, fair for the defendant, because it will be unfair if the declarant witness provides information or a testimony in court that is against the defendant without the defendant being able to question the type of information or testimony provided by the declarant witness. And declarant impeachment is the idea of if evidence is admitted under an exemption or exception, the declarant may have their credibility impeached under Rule 806. This is basically just what I've explained on the the Sixth Amendment right of confrontation. It gives right to declarant impeachment, and this is under Rule 806. The declarant may be impeached through his or her bias, character. Now remember, character is in the form of opinion, reputation, specific instances of conduct, prior inconsistent statements, contradiction, and lack of capacity. For example, if we say John said that Henry said his best friend Luke robbed his car and undergarment, Henry may be impeached through any of the items in the list above.